Peace and bliss. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. This is Tanya, and I am out on the balcony with my transplants. They are undergoing the first day of the hardening off process. And those of you that are not familiar with the harden off process, that's when you transition your seedlings that you have grown to transplant size to when they're ready to be introduced to outside. You want to do it in increments of maybe 10 to 15 minutes each session. You don't want to just bring them from the outside and plant them in the garden. You want to go through a transition phase, and that's called the hardening off process. And the reason why you do it incrementally is because you do not want to shock your plants. You don't want them to undergo a thermal shock because they've been in the house all of their life. So you want it to be a smooth transition for them, so that they can acclimate to the weather outdoors. So that's what they're doing today. I'm very excited because on Saturday I will be planting our garden. But everything looks good. I did lose a lot of my squash. I lost a lot of my zucchini that I have since reseeded, and I have it indoors under the grow lights. And they have made substantial growth since I seeded them 2 weeks ago. So they will be ready for the garden as well on Saturday. I'm going to have them out here for roughly 15 minutes. You don't want to have them out too long. Again, this is just an introduction to get them acclimated to outside temperatures. So I'll have them out for about 15 minutes, and then I'll take them in. And later on today, I'll bring them out for another 15 minutes. And each day, I'll incrementally increase their time outside for about 15 minutes per day. I'll add on 15 minutes each day. And you want to do this ideally for about a week. Some people do a week or two, but I think a week is sufficient. Today's weather is overcast. The sun is diffused by the clouds, but it is a really nice temperature out here. It's about 70 degrees. And as you all can see, I have a bumblebee who has so graciously made an introduction to my new transplants, but there isn't anything for him to pollinate. Thank God they haven't started to set buds, because that is something that you do not want. But sometimes it happens. It depends on how long you've had them indoors. While I'm out here, I can give you all a quick pan of the balcony. As you can see, I have made a lot of change since the last video I uploaded. Yep. So we have, this is, I should just call Transplantville. As I've stated in the prior video, that I have what you call a 95-5 rule. And all that means is that 95% of the seeds that you see in our garden, I sow directly from seed. And the other 5%, I support local ag, whether it be farmers or nurseries, to pay it forward and continue to cultivate that symbiotic relationship that I have with them. It's a give and take, it's a mutual exchange where everyone benefits. So I will forever keep that relationship intact and support the ag world. So I have a lot of, this is my herb garden, or my tea garden, if you will. I'm going to start over here. I have some curly kale, some Tuscan kale, lemon balm. This here is a beautiful lavender that's starting to bud. I may have to raise my voice a little bit because they're cutting grass. Today is mow day in the neighborhood. I have some sweet mint. New to the garden here is apple mint. Looking forward to trying that. Spearmint I had last year, so that's not new. I have a Mexican tea plant that I cannot wait to brew up. And over here, I believe this is, I want to say chocolate mint. No, this is spearmint. And over here, I have some Mexican tarragon. Alright, I'm going to stop the video because I don't want to be out here shouting. Okay, so over here we have some red lettuce with some Mexican tarragon, some more green lettuce with thyme. Here we have some Greek oregano. I have a squash transplant, more sweet mint, and up here is bee balm. And over here, she decided to stay, guys. Yes, she has 6 little birdies in there. She is a phenomenal mother. Kind of reminds me of myself. Over here, I have some turnips. These are the French breakfast turnips. And that's about it. Oh, and more lettuce here. And here I sowed this. This is spinach. I grew that from seed. And here is a ginger mint, more ginger mint. And here is a dead kale. I do not know what happened to my kale. Just came out here one day and it met its demise. I don't know. And it wasn't for a lack of watering nor nutrition. It just withered away. So I'm gonna pull that out and replace it. And I think I'm just gonna grow some basil from seed. If not, I may just pick up a couple transplants. Might as well, right? And over here is catnip. So yep, we moved all the buckets, the Home Depot buckets, with the exception of Miss Birdie's house over there. But this is the new space. This is the new space. So yeah, but back to the transplants. So I'll have them out here, like I said, for about 15 minutes so they can get acclimated. And then I'll come out, and then I'll take them back in. And then later on this evening, I'll bring them out for another 15 minutes. So that's it for this video. Welcome new subscribers. Glad to have you here. On your way out, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And until the next video, peace and bliss.